Alright, so our dashboard is close to looking like a finished product now, but as I highlighted the selected industry in the donut chart here, it kind of made me want to be able to highlight the selected industry in the bar chart here as well. The problem is that if I try to do that manually, let's select our bars, make them all again a muted gray, then select finance, which is our current selection, make that blue. So that looks pretty great, but if I change from finance to something else, then the formatting will stay with finance since we applied that manually. So I'm going to undo twice to remove this manual formatting, and like always, we do have an ace up our sleeve here. You see, the trick whenever you want to dynamically apply a different formatting to part of a chart, like this column, is to create a brand new series within that chart that only contains those values, which in this case are the average annual wages for the selected industry. So let's go back to our data prep tab, and this is where it really pays off to have paid so much attention to formatting and organization in the back end here. And let's add a new column to the source data for our bar chart. And I'm going to call this selection. And remember, what we want is for this column, which will be a new series in our chart, to only contain the values for the selected industry. So what we can do is use an if function. So if this industry here is equal to my selected industry, which I'm going to fix, then I want you to return the average annual wage. Otherwise, so if this industry is not equal to the selected industry, then I want to return 0. Close my formula, press enter. We get a 0 now because information is not selected. And if we apply this down, you'll see that we only get our value in finance. And if I change my selection to something else, like education and health, go back, then we're only getting the value for education and health. So now what I need to do is start by actually bringing back my ribbon here. Let's show that. Go back to my dashboard, select my bar chart, and go to chart design, select data, and we're going to add a new series. It's going to be in our data prep tab. The series name is going to be selection, and the values are going to be these new ones right here. Let's press OK. And for selection, our axis labels are going to be the same ones, which are these ones right here. Press OK as well. Press OK. And you'll see that we're getting a little bit closer. So our new series is only displaying a bar for our selection. Let's change this to information, and you'll see that it's only applying it here now. But we do still have to apply some formatting tricks, so it looks like this bar is on top of this one. So I'm going to select the series, right click, go to format, and all I need to do is change my series overlap from 0 to 100%. And now I'm going to go back, select my new series, and in the fill options, remember, since this is wage, we want it to be blue. Change it to blue. And if we close out of this and change our selection, then there we go. Pretty awesome, right? And to really take advantage of this, we can even select this new series and add a data label. Now you'll see that we're getting zeros for the rest, which is correct. Remember, those values are 0, but we can actually make those disappear with, you guessed it, some custom number formatting. Honestly, custom number formats are probably the most useful tool that you can have in your Excel tool belt. I mean, we've used them for a ton of things already, but this is a new one. Check it out. So we're going to select our data labels, go to format, and we're going to apply a custom number format like we're accustomed to. And let's start by actually turning this number into one similar to this one. So apply a comma to remove the 3 digits and add a k. So that's one step for this, but we're still getting 0k values here. Now, remember how we said that you can format positive and negative numbers differently? Well, you can actually do the same for zeros as well. So right now, this is the format for our positive values. If we add a semicolon, then Excel is expecting for us to write our format for negative values. If we add another semicolon, now Excel is expecting us to give it the format for 0 values. But if we leave that blank and just press add, then we're basically telling Excel to display nothing for 0 and for negative values, which effectively gets rid of these labels. So we can close this, make the label bold, bigger, and check it out. If we change from this to finance, then not only does the bar change, but the label comes with it. Pretty cool, right? So now we are really leveraging color here into great results.